welcome back to the Cauldron for the Chargers versus the first and last B. We are moving into frame 4. Grinders taking the helm for this one as the first and last B. Break. 2 shots to Grinder. I would imagine he's going to ask for the balls to be re-racked here. Very methodical player, Grinder. Would not advise watching this frame if you've got a pot of hot water boiling. You won't be able to take your eyes off it, but it could take some time. I myself am going to use this opportunity to have a spot of dinner while I'm talking to you this evening. First and last re-racking the balls there for Grinder. First and last ref. For those of you who don't know, you take it in turns to ref each of the frames. Home team refs first, away team refs second. 10 frames in all. Grinder just assessing his options here. Of course there is but one option. Discussion on how many shots maybe. There does seem to be a discussion. It was gestures from the referee on the left and Butch in the seated position on the right hand side. Break from Grinder. That was his free ball. Second shot to come. One would imagine he's going to take the reds here. There's a few out in the open and then 2 reds protecting the black. All of those yellows look a bit hampered by one another. There we go. Grinder in the reds. One would imagine Grinder will use this opportunity just to mop up a couple of the loose reds. We may try to play safe here and force the first and last into breaking up those last few balls around the centre, around the black. On the menu this evening, it's a Walls breakfast roll, followed by an egg mayonnaise sandwich, classic, on white bread of course. Taking his time here. It was a beautifully weighted shot by Grinder there. I think he'll probably play this one with safety in mind, because otherwise he's going to have to put a lot of pace to come north of the table again, so I think he'll just push this along the cushion. I've left a bit of a shot on, yeah? Yeah. That was always the concern. I was completely snookered there, so He's either going to come across the table for the loose red, or he's going to go up and down for the much bigger target of the two reds at the top of the pack. He's looking to come up and down. Obviously he's indicated to the referee that he's completely snookered. Oh! Well, what a pot. I did not see that coming. That was tremendous, and I think he's left himself an angle to take a plant into the middle, possibly. That would be quite something. That's what he's looking at. He's looking how much of that red he's got. What can he do here? There's a slight possibility, as he's cutting so fine off that red, that he might glance off the yellow near the left-hand middle pocket and just push the white into the pocket. He's going to be, he's going to watch that. He's also got to be very careful not to snooker himself on the return if he does make a pot here. That's a good effort from Grinder. Get that white right the way up the other end of the table. You'd be happy with that. Well, that was completely inexplicable. I've absolutely no idea what first and last were trying to do there. Possibly glance off the yellow close to the right hand middle pocket and come up behind the pack and snooker Grinder. But yeah, I mean that was an incredible miss. Incredible miss. And Grinder will make a decision here whether he's going to split the pack to get the red and the black out in the open, or whether he's going to take that red off the top cushion and give himself an angle to come into the pack at a later time. He's looking long and hard about this one. Don't worry folks, the picture hasn't frozen. It's a deliberate attempt to thwart his opponent by planning out every opportunity here. I would imagine the Grinder's going to take the red close to the top cushion, push it into a more favourable position, and get down onto that red in the middle. And he's just taking a look there to see what the outcome will be if he just goes straight into that pack, as he knows if he takes the black on to split the pack, he knows that white should be left on the red in the middle with an angle to get back down to the one on the top pocket. I don't think that's what he'll go for. That really would be a rather maverick shot at this stage of the game. He's got time. He always has time. Grinder invented time when it comes to pool at the cauldron. As suggested. I don't think he meant to pot that, but it's gives him half a chance to split this pack now. It needs to be a good pot into the corner pocket to get this. Hasn't quite got the angle he needed. He'd be worried about coming across the top of the pack and snookering himself around the side. He's got to be very careful here. That was always the concern, but Grinder's response there, I feel he was ready for it, because he got down pretty quick with that. I think that's where he wanted to be. He's asking the first and last player, here you are, mate. Do your worst. And he did. Back in, this is far from over. Well, they split well. The red goes to the corner pocket, and the black goes to both middles. But inadvertently, or vertically, opened up these yellows. That was a fortunate shot there for first and last, pushing the red safe. Let's put Grinder in the spot of bother there. He'll relish the challenge, of course. This is he's no stranger to long drawn out games, usually by his own design. Each of these pots is giving the first and last more and more confidence. Canny safety there, but easy to get out of, I think. Yeah. First and last will definitely go for this pot into the corner. They'll be tempted by that because they can see a path through to the middle, and then the bottom left. Oh, well, doesn't fancy it. He hasn't snookered Grinder. I think he's going to be left at the other end of the table now. Grinder can see the edge of this red. I don't know if the first and last just lacking a bit of confidence there to clear the table, or as though they were all there. Now, what happened there? It looked as though Grinder hit the yellow first there, but the ref says no. Clearly hit the red first. The way that yellow reacted was quite inexplicable, and that was another attempt at a clearance gone awry. Grinder's looking to see if it passes this yellow. I think it does, but what does the cue ball do? That's what he'll be most concerned about. Yeah, he would have been concerned about that. Yeah, that cue ball going in. Yellow on the pocket, obviously making the pocket much bigger. He would have been fully aware of that, and he'd be disappointed that he didn't at least pot the red off that shot. But at least it has blocked the path to that corner pocket. First and last, we've got two shots here, and we'll probably want to remove that red and give himself a fair shot at a clearance. was the right attempt at a shot, just in a very unfortunate finish for him. He's hell bent on playing safety throughout this match, and that's not the way to get to Grinder. Grinder will soak that up like bathing in a warm, bubbly hot tub. This is his arena. When you play safety against Grinder, you're in for a world of pain and boredom. Testing his angles here. Rather fortunate safety. Someone's a little bit hit and hope, and he's somehow managed to cover most angles. So Grinder's going to have to do something with the cue ball here. The blind two cushion response. I think it may be. Here we go. What a great shot. Absolutely superb shot that was. Shot of the tournament so far. There's not a lot left a lot on for the first and last year. And he's playing safety again. I mean, that was a poor safety. The opportunity to pop that into the bottom left, played as a shot to nothing and end up behind the yellow next to the black. But he chose to play his safety, got the wrong side of his yellow, and has given Grinder a chance now. If Grinder can pot this, there's a good chance that black goes past the yellow into the bottom right. We'll see now. Let's make sure of the pot first. Yeah, just pushed it a little bit. I think the first and last going to have to start potting balls soon, because what he's done there is he's given Grinder another chance into the top right with a perfect angle to get back onto the black, and I think it does go past those two yellows. So I'm wondering if the first and last are just out of ideas or they're lacking in confidence. I'm not sure. Grinder's going to be buzzing for this one. This could be it. Great pot. Lovely position. That's it. Finish your drinks. Pay your bills. Grinder's calling it a night on this frame. Well done, Grinder. That's 3-1 to the Chargers, going into the 5th frame. Final frame of the first set. See you all there.